Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Live from Podville Media in Washington, D.C. Why is that always louder than you guys? I don't understand that. Live from Podville Media in Washington, D.C. and around the world. Did a rat get into the studio and start walking on keyboards or something like that?
We haven't changed anything.
It was reset to what it was yesterday.
The volume of his thing is sometimes louder.
Rob's?
So, anyway, yeah.
Oh, I don't know why Rob would change. It's up to him.
I actually turned it down a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah. It must be bullshit then.
No, it's not.
It's not at
you're
all.
hearing a different feed than what we're hearing right now.
I know.
So.
Summit, New Jersey, Robinson, Illinois, Cabo Rojo, Puerto Rico, Trapani in Italy, and Bucharest, Romania, along with NOLA, where we're going to be New Orleans, Louisiana. I wrote on the fan page today, NOLA, 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 with a large exclamation point, a series of them, to indicate how excited we are about going down to New Orleans, Louisiana, where we will be Saturday night on stage at the House of Blues. And, there's that Zydeco music. Oh, man. That's my favorite music from New Orleans. I'm not a brass band kind of guy. That's the stuff I could listen to all night long. I don't know why. It's so native to NOLA.
It is.
It's such music from that area. And, of course, you do have the jazz birthplace really was born. Jazz was born in New Orleans, too. It's where it developed. And it's just such a great music city, and we're excited about it. So join us if you're in there. We have a limited amount of tickets still there, and we would love to see you in New Orleans, Louisiana, at the House of Blues. That is Saturday night, April 15th. Come on down and join us down there. Welcome to the show. Let me get started by telling you, over the weekend, I took my son and me in for a little haircut to the local barbershop. The local barbershop that my wife adores and that I am less adoring.
Did you point it out when we were driving around? Seems to me.
Not.
Okay. Seems to me you did.
Supercuts?
I might have showed. No, it is not Supercuts.
Hair
it
pair?
will go nameless for the story that I'm about to tell you, so we will not be giving names.
Okay.
But thank you for that.
Dude,
I will tell you this.
That's a natural question, Mr. O'Mara.
I know it is, but I mean, anytime you're bitching, you really don't want to necessarily mention.
You're going to go back?
I learned that the hard way a long time ago. That involved a car dealership.
Oh, no.
That happened to be a sponsor.
Oh, that's
so
not
I've always guarded
Fair
against that. So you hear old people or people talking about being older as talking about being invisible.
Yes.
Now, I have been paranoid about this place for a long time. And I've also liked the vibe for a long time. How best to describe this barbershop? This barbershop is an ethnic-style barbershop. Most of the people in there are getting like fades and very exotic hair with designs and stuff. And I think it would lean Latin. That's how I would describe it.
What do you mean by ethnic?
Because it's a barbershop that is predominantly Hispanic.
Okay, well, how about this? Maybe the best way to say this, because, the world is a melting pot, and so is the U.S., is to say, look, it's more of a young man's barbershop. Then we can all, I think, discern and break the code that it's a lot of fades. It's not for you. It's probably for little Michael. And then what would be funny is that if you're like, are they, is it blood in or blood out? Do they watch American Me there? We can do all these other stereotypes and tropes within that. Because ethnic could be any type of ethnic, right? No?
Missed you.
No. Okay.
Anyway,
no,
let's
I'm trying to help.
Let's do this.
No, we should spotlight that Oscar is back.
Yeah, I'm back,
Oscar's
baby.
back.
I'm back.
I'm
here to help.
Oscar, thanks for the help. Appreciate it. Nothing helps me more than when you spotlight a something I've said to identify me as a Klansman. It makes me happy.
You are
Thank you
not.
very much. I know.
It's a better way of describing it.
Thanks. Well, but I mean, it's just I like the vibe. You go in there, it's lots of music, it's loud. However, and it is young man's barbershop.
Yeah.
It is a young man's
I feel the same way
barbershop.
when I walk into a barbershop that's not for me. There are usually numbers on the wall.
You point to
I gotta
it, yeah.
pick the haircut out.
I had numbers on
Yes.
the wall.
Yes.
I had no. So I go into this place,
Yeah.
and Carla likes it because they give Michael a great haircut with a lightning bolt in the side of his head.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So I go in there, and I've been in there a number of times
Yes.
where I have sat and watched a barber in there deal with his buddy for what seems to be well over an hour. And well over an hour.
So the
where
buddy is a
I'll
client.
use a remote that I have, and he's taking the shears, and he's going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So she said to me, I wasn't sure what's going, and I'm in there going, while I'm still alive. Please.
Yeah. Well, let's go
So-
while we're young.
Mrs. O'Mara makes an appointment for both of us, me and Michael, for 2:00. Walk in there. We get in there at 5 of 2. At 5 of 2, we sit down, and then it's 2, 2:05, 2:10, 2:15, 2:20, 2:25. When I walk in, the guy that normally gives me a greeting doesn't give me a greeting. I don't know why. Turns out, I guess we'll fill this in later, that I guess his buddy had come in during my time. Well, they're all buddies in there. It's all young guys that seem to hang out together and seem to have some sort of common bond. And at a certain point, I just say, I'm invisible. And I begin to just think about that. When really old people, like anybody who is super overweight, or some people, unfortunately, with a disability, I'm sure, sometimes feel invisible. You feel like people don't want to acknowledge your presence. It must be a horrible feeling. And I try not to do that to anybody. I try not to make people feel invisible unless I really, really don't like them. Then I want them to feel invisible.
So there's it's a case.
There's a fine line.
It's a case by case basis.
Fine line.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if there's somebody that's being like, but you do that, but I do that not in a dickish way. I do it, I ignore just because I don't think that person wants to have anything to do with me. And sometimes when that happens, the reason I do it that way is if they do want to have nothing to do with me, I move on and F them.
Do you sometimes interpret it as they are ignoring you first?
No, I ignore it as I get the feeling that this person is either too prickly for the room or this person doesn't want anything to do with me personally.
Okay.
So I do. But if I ignore, then it's fine because I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. And if they don't ignore, which in the case of this one guy that I was ignoring, and then he came up and he said, I want to show you something. And suddenly I realized, it's just his way. And he's like that with everybody.
Okay.
And he was, normal, and it was fine. And I felt better about it because I didn't dislike the guy. I just didn't think he liked me.
Okay.
So I didn't want to have anything to do with him. This is just the ways of my interpersonal communication. That's the way I look at it.
Have you've been to the shop many times? I take it.
What's that?
The shop
yes.
you're currently right.
Yeah.
Many
And it's not
times.
ignoring. I usually get a greeting, and that goes a long way when you walk into a
You're like,
business.
hey!
Yeah.
You want to go, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
If you get a hey, how you doing, they know you're there. Never got that.
Yeah.
Was it more crowded on this particular day than normal?
No.
Okay.
No. There seemed to be something going on in the back where they were laughing and drinking. At one point, Michael's sitting next to me and says, I know what that means. I said, what means? He goes, cerveza. And I see one of the guys in the chair with a beer in his hand, and they're kind of laughing. Almost, I would have interpreted it almost like a bachelor party type atmosphere.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Unless you're not part of it.
It was I think they were having a fantastic
Yes.
time.
How would you like to come observe my bachelor party?
Yeah.
There's
but it was like, once again,
Yeah.
it wasn't involved. It's the way the place is structured. It's narrow and it goes all the way to the back. So
Right.
the people up front don't have anything. to
My-
do with
Like
that. You just
Oscar's
care.
house.
Yeah. We also all like to live in similar shapes.
Right.
Rectangles.
Yes.
Long rectangles. We like
Exactly.
to work and live in long rectangles.
From
That's what
the
we're
front to the
Yeah,
back.
that's what we're
If you
known
think
for.
Oscar is stereotyping, please send that to
Yes,
him.
hi.
S-A-N-T-A-N-A.
Resident Latino. I guess maybe this is a good time to, and Rob, you might know this, Mike, you might know this, or you're aware of this. You just don't. We're not putting it together as a family here. Is that whether it's a Latin barbershop or a black barbershop, I've always had the same experience. And it's the best haircut you'll ever get, especially if you're getting some sort of fade. There are people that travel, like even within my friend group, that will travel 40, 50 minutes to an hour for the right barber, the right fade. Or they will have their barber come to their house because they can do the work is so next level.
Well,
it takes forever at every single one of these.
And then perhaps I am not somebody who looks like I'm going to want that type of haircut. Although I have them skin it on the sides all the time because I'm down here in Florida.
Yeah, but the haircut that would take, let me finish. Yeah. The haircut that would take 12 minutes at your local haircuttery, at least that's the way I perceive it, takes no less than 45 minutes to an hour at one of these barbershops.
He speaks the truth because one time I was doing a weekend in Virginia Beach because Julia had a high school thing. And I said, I'm going to go get my haircut. And I Googled a nearby barbershop and I walked in and I was the only white guy there. And it was so...
Yeah, it's more of like a hang than a haircut.
It was so apparent.
By the way, I should point out that is not the case at this place.
Okay. Fair enough.
But there are a mix of many different people.
It was
that come in and out of
it was a slow haircut, but my haircut is not complicated. It's a shaving of a head. Yeah. But he did the most meticulous job that I actually went on Yelp and gave him a positive review.
How does somebody do a meticulous job?
Because he used
when they just have to take
a straight razor.
Okay.
And it was
full service for haircuts.
It was a lengthy process.
I remember at one point I was in and this is when I was in business school. It was the closest barbershop to College Park, so I would go to it. I had an hour between the first half of the day, second half of the day. So I just said I'll just go between classes. And I told the guy, I was like, I know you take your time. Don't worry. I'm okay with it being messed up a little bit. Let's just get this done in 45. I can walk right back onto campus and we're good to go. I had to remind him because he would stop in the middle with his clippers in his hand to tell me a story. And I would say, Carl, I love you, man. You got to keep cutting. You got to keep cutting. I got to get out of here. He goes, oh yeah, my bad, man, my bad.
Not his motives.
No, because he wanted to tell a story. Yeah, and it was about him. For that time I'm in his chair, it's about him. Not in these, at least within my Latin and black barbershops.
When you think of that profession, if you are, I would imagine that having a conversation and having a gift of gab, some guys don't. Some guys don't talk at all. Would be, if you're real quiet and you don't mind being quiet, that would help too. But really, for a lot of people, talking and having a conversation would probably keep their sanity.
Yes.
Do what is
not the case, Mike.
Tedious job.
Do you remember when you lived in Manassas?
Yes.
There was a fine establishment called 599 Barbershop that I would visit. And there was the barber there that really sounded like he was in third stage of COPD. And I wished he'd talk because all I would hear was the gurgle of failing lungs. That's the only thing I heard while he was cutting my hair.
Did you smell cigarettes at any time when you were in his chair?
No, I didn't. I think he had given up on that. But I did hear I would say, just shave it clean. And he'd go, okay.
Also,
that's nasty.
Mike.
But change back on $6.
Would you tip?
Of course.
What was it? What was the tip?
I usually gave him $10.
Oh, that's nice. That's 40%.
Yeah. Not telling the truth.
No?
No, there's no way you gave him $10.
Of course I did.
If you go to a barber shop
or a full $10 bill.
No, it was a $10 bill on a $6 haircut.
There you go. That's the truth. Don't make it sound like the $6 haircut. He gave him $16.
You gave him $4.
No, but that's still a 60% tip.
You gave him $4
on $5.
Yeah,
he's turning and burning.
Raise your price then.
Okay.
This guy, Mike. I grew up in a beauty salon.
You're a conjurer.
I'm
not. Really are.
I am not.
If we had moved on from that, the listeners would have thought, wow, Rob gave the guy a $10 bill after a $6 haircut. Yeah. That's incredibly generous.
Hey,
and that's the way you made it sound.
I never meant for it to sound that way. And you know what? It was a very generous tip based on services received.
with all the gashes. Mike,
Put on a hat, it would heal to me. Yeah.
In when I was a child in a beauty salon. Every summer I would go and I would sweep hair and I would hang out with my mom and
I would try the new colors.
I would talk to the old ladies and pretend I knew what was happening in Cosmo and hear them talk.
Right.
It's how you lost your virginity, isn't it?
What are these in vogue? Let me show you in the back, kid.
Come in the back room, mijo.
Cerveza.
So my haircut timeline is when someone's in a hurry and they're just getting it over with, which I respect. Get me the hell out of there, right?
I like that sometimes.
Yeah, just get me out of there. I want to get out of there. That's fine.
I like that all the way up until I started losing my hair. Now I need assistance.
Yeah, you're more like Edward Scissorhands. You want you want an artist. Assistance. You want an artist. Yeah, I'm with you.
And now I'm gonna go to a new place today that Carla picked out for me, and I'm going to tell the truth.
Okay.
What is the truth?
The truth is they usually ask, well, who did this last time? And I'm going to tell them the truth and said, me. Because I did it in the shower. I just went, ying, ying.
Oh, wow.
Ying,
Okay.
ying.
That looks pretty good for a self-do.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
George Clooney used a Flowbee, apparently. There is an aspect of, like, when someone's taking their time, I have to really, in my mind, be like, don't get annoyed. At least they're doing a good job. If that clipper's hitting my head every 10 seconds and it's not just a long story of a lot of talking and walking to the back to get another tool, walking to the back to get another tool, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine with the stories and the talking.
All right.
If you just ask me, have you seen any movies lately? That is a conversation that is snowball into the sun with me, because that's the line you give when you just don't want to talk to anybody.
I get that.
Yeah, and have you seen any movies lately?
Well, you know what? He might be setting himself up to talk. Because maybe he just saw a movie.
No, this is my go-to for my current lady.
Okay.
I'm fine with it. She doesn't want to talk either. She's dead inside. So when she tells me, have you seen any movies lately? I'm like, Veronica, let's be honest. We both just want to sit in silence. And then she laughs, and then we sit in silence.
Yeah.
She cuts her hair.
I saw a movie about a guy who got a haircut in 20 minutes. You like that movie?
You want it in and out.
Yeah.
I understand that completely.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to spend more. She doesn't need me in that chair for longer than I need to be in there, right? It's a city.
Yeah.
By the way, 20 minutes today.
Yeah.
It's slotted out. I got to drive my kid to school as I did this morning and pick him up. Otherwise, it's minor little preparations for the trip to NOLA.
Yeah.
Might buy a little underwear.
Yeah.
And,
Nice.
Because, every time I go to NOLA, I shit my pants. No,
well, I thought you were going to do the Jim Nance thing after the show. But instead of giving away a necktie,
I give away underwear.
You're going to give away your briefs.
Oh, by the way, my little idea about handing out liquid IV, I've decided I've got the big box underneath this table, but
do you want us to bring one?
What?
Do you want us to bring one?
Do you think people can put it in their pocket, or
I think they're going to throw it on stage.
They're going to throw it back to us?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the message the guy sent me when I walked out. With my kid.
Oh my God, he had your number?
I walked out.
ChatGPT'd it.
Wow.
That's damn.
You know what that does? That hangs a lot of responsibility.
It's probably a geo service where you walk out like, thanks for the haircut.
Hello. Thank you for choosing.
Hope to see you again.
This is Ethnic Barbershop.
Yes.
Thank you for choosing.
Thank you for coming to Corte Tropical.
For an additional $3, there's Cerveza.
Sorry, man. Have my buddy in the chair scheduled at the same time.
Oh, he's a
I was
friend.
going to take care of you.
He's a friend.
And then nothing else. See ya. Wouldn't want to be. Sorry. You're going to say, come back in a half an hour. I will tell you, none of that. Just sorry.
Might have been a copy and paste message that he sends out a lot.
I don't know, but that.
Wait,
that's
I'm sorry,
it.
Mike. I buried the headline. You just walked out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's...
So for a 2:00 appointment, what time did you leave? You were
2:25.
Okay, you gave him a half hour essentially.
Yeah, it's more than enough.
Essentially.
Yeah.
No,
but
not any. Hey, where are you going? None of that either. No. It was conversation.
And you were never greeted.
This guy.
What is it?
This guy
quality
had
control.
This guy had almost like they were like, how do I describe this?
A wedding cake?
What's a wedding cake?
Like tears?
Well, there were definitely tears.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you were very sad.
Like hair on the bottom,
Yeah.
a bald spot
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
middle,
like a
then
Minecraft
some hair.
model.
Then on top there were braids. There you go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Braids.
Yeah.
And then shaved
Yeah.
on the side, and it was like, I mean, it was like a sculpture, and then he
Lot of
had a
textures.
nose ring,
Yeah.
tattoos.
Maybe he was famous.
Could be.
That's the type
you know what?
That's what you give to like a celebrity, where you're like, oh, you got me, gonna clean me up.
Treated
Boom.
like one. And I've been in that place too many times where the hour and a half is over with the buddy, and then it's like, okay, out of the chair, old man.
How
That's
did
the way I
Michael
felt.
react to you taking such decisive action?
He was a little upset with Daddy
Because his lightning bolt's back at the barbershop.
That's
He was
true.
no, he didn't care about the haircut. He was
Oh.
upset with Daddy getting angry when he called Carla. That likes that place and got me to go to that place. And I said, never ever will I darken their door again, ever, because I was upset. I
Well,
don't
no,
like
you should.
that. I
That's
don't like-
bad customer service.
I
It
don't
is.
like we had, if you want to know the day, it was take Michael to piano, then go to take Michael to another appointment that he had with the life person that he was talking to that he loved. And by the way, that's paying dividends all over. I mentioned that yesterday,
Yeah.
Oscar, that Michael has a person that Carla met through her networking.
Yeah.
That helps adults and little kids with skills to
that's sweet.
manage stress and
Yeah,
anger
yeah,
and all
yeah,
those
yeah,
things.
yeah.
And he loved it.
Yeah.
He was there 2 hours. So after that, we go buy a rat. After we buy a rat, we got to beat feet home. It's getting close to 2
Yeah,
o'clock.
go
But I said,
time.
I'll get the rat and get him home. Then I bust ass so I could walk in there at 5 of 2. And then,
Nothing.
so I was out of there.
Yeah.
And that's.
Was it at
but
least a good fat mouse?
yeah.
No.
Oh,
No, it was a small one.
You
and-
had a bad
no.
day, man.
No, Jake dispatched this. They're challenged down there with the mice. I think they are. You don't get. They usually the ones you get are little bitties.
Yeah.
But it's it's a meal for him, and that's fine. And it was over quick. So that's.
Did
all
you
it
carve a
was.
lightning bolt in the mouse?
Here you go, little guy. Run this fast.
I was fine. I was fine. But I had to negotiate, as you guys saw down here,
Yes.
the little main drag known as Route 41,
Yes.
or the Tampa to Miami Trail, the old road.
See how they
where
do that?
people, and I have finally figured it out what it is, and this is how I made this determination. One of the moves down here in Southwest Florida, and this is not age-related or old people
No,
driving
no,
or any
no.
of that. This is just a casual observance. And for anybody that has dealt with this and been frustrated, I hope you track with this. You come to a right turn lane at a four-way intersection. And at the four-way intersection, you have main drag, little road with a light.
Okay.
And the lights get an advanced green
Yeah.
to turn left. All right. The right lane, when the light turns green to go straight, you can go straight and right. However, if you're able to take I hope I'm making myself clear.
Yeah,
Yes.
this makes complete
If you're
sense.
able to take a right turn on red, you can do so if there's no traffic coming in the other direction. When the main drag lane that gets the advanced green arrow to turn left begins, that is carte blanche. Because what you have is a series of blockers that are right, that are
Yes.
in the way. So when you stop, come to a complete stop, turn to the left and look. What the fuck are you afraid of? Are you afraid of getting T-boned when it's impossible? And it suddenly dawned on me that we have two basic categories of drivers in the United States. You have people who are terrified, because this is young, old, everybody. I'm
Yeah,
right.
yeah, you're
Why
not
are you not
generalizing.
easily rolling through that when there are cars taking a left-hand turn? When you don't, what are you hesitating for? You're hesitating because you're afraid. And I believe that in this country, we have two tiers of driver. Afraid, timid. If I was going to skew in one area, well, you're going to disagree with this, because the other category is insane.
Okay.
Caution to the wind. Forget all traffic parameters. Cut in and out. Go nuts. Go crazy. And then there are a very small number of people that might have a little of both. But I feel like we're afraid, and because we're afraid, traffic, like on the Autobahn in Germany, does not move at the pace it should move at.
Yeah.
And there's braking, because there's just fear factor all over
Agreed.
the highways, tempered by the occasional, dickish wonder that flies along, breaking all traffic laws.
But don't you
And
think
it's crazy.
that the timidity, the timid driver is made timid oftentimes by the crazy driver or the fear of encountering a crazy driver?
No, because you are the timid driver of timid drivers. It's not that. It's that you're afraid. You're worried about getting into a problem. That's what it is.
The control room, the guys in the control room said it's that old adage, he who hesitates masturbates.
I mean, you can do both. You don't have to choose.
I get it.
What is the matter with him?
Well, it's he's expressing what people do in their cars.
Well, yeah, but I think with Matt, it's literal. And that's what I don't like.
It's the expression that I will not use.
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing? What are you doing? And it's young, old, in between. And then you will get the Ford F-250.
Oh, it's a big one.
That goes like that.
Yeah.
At 75, in, out. And it's like, well, you're not helping the cause either. And I think that when you get on the Autobahn, do you ever watch those? I watch videos of the Autobahn where they bring high-level production sports cars out there
They're
all
meant
the time.
to be driven that way out
Do you ever watch people on the Autobahn drive? You will see people, nobody's in the
They
left lane.
don't care how fast people are going. Yes.
No one is in the left lane.
Yeah.
They're not going 400 miles an hour, but they are also not in the left lane. Not the case in the United States. People like to be in the left lane because it's comfortable. I like being over the far. There's just no regard for that, and I think that's what, for any of you that happen to live in cities with traffic issues, there are many of you listening to me right now that know that. The timid and the insane, that's really most of what we have here. And if everybody just, when I look at the Autobahn, Oscar, and I see those cars flying by, and you occasionally will have a guy that's maybe going at a good clip, he sees that car coming up on him, and he pulls over.
He gets out of the way.
Sure.
Right.
They're proactive. Like, I shouldn't be here. If I don't have a supercar, I shouldn't be here.
Now, there are other countries I know where it skews insane, right?
Well,
there are places where, for example, your home nation.
Yes,
of
Bolivia.
Bolivia. Tell us about the traffic.
I'm
there.
pumped if we have pavement on the road at times. I got to be honest with you. Usually it's cobblestone and some dirt.
This is where you might find the the Bolivian music that I don't have anymore.
The pan flute.
Boo, 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 but don't worry. But something you might want to be mindful of now going forward.
Yes,
that's what
right.
I would
Yes.
use.
All right.
Fleet of foot. The question for that I would give you is: are you more frustrated by the driver or the infrastructure that allows the driver to be this way? Because in Latin America, the rules are so dicey that
Because of the infrastructure?
Because of the infrastructure that the lights are suggestions. Like, you got a green or a red. Yeah, no one's really going to call you on it, but this is what the world suggests you do.
Is that infrastructure or lack of police presence?
Probably both. Probably both.
To be honest, in Bolivia, the police really have other things to focus on.
Yeah. They're worried about the propina and cocaina.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard. But for me, I remember my father and my brother and my sister-in-law. He was kind enough to go visit my dad in Bolivia. My brother was. He came back. He said, "Dad shouldn't be driving in Bolivia." I said, "Dad's not that old. He can drive. He's fine." He goes, "No. We drive on the streets, and at every light, he just looks at them and he says, it's just a suggestion. And then he keeps driving.
I
got a red light or a green light's like, it looks dicey. We shouldn't be green because there's traffic in front of us."
That's scary. That is
but
very,
in Florida,
very
I
scary.
did notice there was a thick malaise of anger on that highway that we rode on. Now, it's in the drivers it's in the quality of vehicle because you'll see cars with their headlights off or with
we did see that.
We see multiples of those in Florida. You don't see that much in the city, I guess, maybe because of the population density, or someone will pull you over.
Yeah, that's what
they
I was
might
thinking,
be drinking.
Mike. Yeah, they don't want to be noticed.
Yeah, who knows?
Drinky.
Yeah,
I think that's drinky.
Yeah,
I really
because
do.
Is that legal in Florida still?
Drinking and driving?
Yes.
All I know is that during the pandemic, you could drive through Iguana Mia and get yourself a tall margarita with a floater on it.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
something
a literal to-go cup.
Yeah,
something Mrs. O'Mara, and we would pregame.
Yeah.
No, we're meeting so-and-so for dinner.
But for me, I was...
But it is angry, isn't it?
It was angry.
I can explain that to you.
Yes.
The anger is, and it has been for during the time I was a snowbird as well, the idea of the population increasing. I don't know what the percentage is. And they're getting ready for the migration north after Easter. More of them stay longer, taking my kid to school, especially coming back from school. They haven't left yet.
They will.
We always next year, Easter is in March, the end of March. So we are looking forward to perhaps an earlier departure. But no, they
you actually look ahead 12 months to see when Easter is?
Yeah,
because
we
his
look
whole
for
life
when they're going to leave.
Like something that used takes 20 minutes takes 40 minutes all of a sudden. Yeah.
Car carriers come down because they're afraid to make them. It's the life of ease. Everything is ease. It's they've earned it. They've worked hard all their lives. But anyway, so it's that people here. There is a true battle between the folks that are going to slay the dragon,
local,
and working and going to work, and the people that are down here. Especially and then throw in tourists on top of it. Yeah, people that are doing a spring break down here.
Yeah.
It gets a little crazy. It really does.
Just one last question on my end. What is the difference between? Just give me an Iguana Mia wait time. That's probably the best way to put it because that gives us a relevance to anybody in the country. When the snowbirds are in town, so like full season, to when they're out of town, they've left.
You guys got there, and we got there early.
We did.
And we get there early most of the time, not even during season. If you are there at 6 o'clock, you're going to wait 45 minutes to an hour. That's the average. So it's not at our place.
When
you
saw
with a machine, our favorite little place, Iguana Mia.
When the tourists are in town.
When the tourists and the snowbirds and the locals are in there.
That's like a city waiting time.
Yeah. It can be an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
Wow.
And
but they're efficient. And what the big problem, if you want to go to a nice place where you have to make a reservation, you might as well say forget it. If you don't, people make them 2-3 weeks in advance. Jesus, that's the way it goes.
But what happens? What happens when they're not there, Mike?
You get anywhere, you can go in, you can walk in.
But like 15 minutes, 20 minutes wait time.
Pony wrote us that Germany takes driving more seriously, and getting a license is more difficult.
Oh,
yeah, it's true.
There we go.
Yeah,
that's why he
left.
have
to show your Aryan lineage to get a license.
Let me see that skin.
Well,
I'm
sorry, no.
Come back next time.
In fact, there's a lady. She's her name is Greta.
Yes,
Greta von Stupp, who will sit there and she says, "No license for you."
I remember, Mike, when Greta said, "I lied to try to get my license." She said, "You are burning the bridge."
Yeah, watch out. But no, you're right. You picked up on the anger. I was really trying hard not to. When I can't, I'm not allowed to super bitch when Carla's in the car. But leaving the barbershop, I did. Look, I understand what my problems are. I know what they are. I know that I burn hot, and it's not good. I've done it. It ruins things in my life. It makes life difficult, more difficult than it needs to be. I am who I am. It's frustrating. I wish I didn't have that chip. I wish I didn't give an S. If I didn't give an S, I don't know where I would have been in my life if I didn't give an S. I really don't know. I don't know if I would have been working at a TV station as a field reporter at the same station for 40 years and been like, and been fine. You know, I don't know. I just know that it causes undue stress in my life. But if I'm sitting there for 25 minutes, I leave. That would have been fine. Just leave. You make your statement. But no, I'm going, I have to express it. I have to share it. I have to share it. Just like when I'm on the golf course with Millsy, I have to share that I'm angry. I have to share. I am a dipshit when it comes to that. I truly get myself angry at myself, you know?
But you have such a high emotional IQ for when it's happening. That's the crazy part.
Well, because I've gotten that over the years because I've seen what I do. Now, with that said, and you can relate to this because you have the tendencies like I do.
Agree.
Mm-hmm. Would you not agree that it prevents you from being taken advantage of to a degree?
It does, though. It's not at the extreme. It's not a collaborative, bedside manner. Like no one wants to deal with you.
No one wants to.
They just don't want to deal with you.
I have tried. Yesterday, I'm playing at Happy Valley with a very, very successful former professional athlete and coach, and we are playing.
Was it Dick Vermeil?
It was Dick Vermeil. We're playing with the two slowest members in our group.
Okay.
And I went the whole 18. I didn't say one.
Look at you.
That's fantastic.
That's
great.
That is great.
In fact, I hardly bitched about anything other than my own shots.
Yes.
See, and that's okay.
Self-deprecation, big win.
Yeah,
people love
that.
Okay.
That's okay to an extent. There are guys that don't do it at all. If I could get there, and I try to get there, I want to get to the point where I'm out there, I'm happy, the sky is blue, the birds are singing. Yeah. I'm not going to, it doesn't matter, first of all, on any level, tournament, what have you, it doesn't matter. I have to get away from caring as much as I care. And that's just what I'm working on right now.
Well, is there...
Just like in here, I try to every day not to...
You have to care about this. You have to care about this. This is
I do care about this.
This is different.
Right.
In your personal life, is it caring or overreacting?
We have to take a break, and that's thank you for that. It's a little taste of both. That's all I have to say about that. So
but you're aware, you know when you're spinning into George Jones land, and you stop it.
I know, and God keep me away from that. If somebody's wronged me, keep me away from the Jews.
You.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be right back. Everybody.
Everyone is excited about the new look of the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hi there, this is Jim Amato, and I'm loving the new look of the Mike O'Mara Show.
This is Robin Ferguson.
This is Stephanie Larson.
This is Doug, and I'm loving the new look of the Mike O'Mara Show.
Check it out. New lights, new set, new video, and a brand new look that everybody loves.
Hi, this is Jolene.
This is Sharon Bailey.
Hi, this is Steve Kelsey, and I am loving the new look of the Mike O'Mara Show.
We're always working to make the show better for you, so check out the new look on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and the Gram.
Hi, this is Dirk Vastrick.
Hi, this is Linda Hurt, and I am loving the new look of the Mike O'Mara Show.
Everyone is excited about the new look of the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hey, this is Matt Bloom. I love the new look of the Mike O'Mara Show. It's great.
Great job. Thanks, Pony. I think you really sold it. But make sure to check out the new look of the Mike O'Mara Show on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Spring has officially sprung, and it's definitely getting warmer here in Florida. It's downright toasty. That's why I need to stay hydrated, and I do it with Liquid IV. In just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Use it first thing in the morning before a workout, when you feel run down, after a long night out, and on long flights. I'll be doing it on this trip.
Yes, you need to.
We'll be bringing it, as you heard Oscar say, we're going to be bringing it to NOLA. So convenient to use, and Liquid IV is made with premium ingredients. It's non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. Do you like flavor? How about the new Seaberry or strawberry? I'm Seaberry.
Yes.
I'll be your captain today. Lemonade flavors also.
Yes, it was named
not lemonade flavors. They have lemonade.
Yes,
right.
Strawberry
Concord grape.
Big fan.
And Liquid IV still has all your favorites too. Even better, Liquid IV is on a mission to change the world. Liquid IV has donated over 39 million servings in over 50 countries around the world, people. Plus, it's convenient and oh, so delicious. It's the best way to start your day, so be like me, drink Liquid IV. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. That's Liquid IV. 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using our promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com.
Four corners of the World Wide Web.
You want to start it
and into
again?
Your digital device.
Yeah, it's got a clean cut.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device. It's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage, everybody. Did you get a shung?
Oh my God, I forgot the shung. Oh no.
That's all right.
I have something for you. I'll have a shung for you.
No, today we'll have Oscar do the, you have to do the sound in between.
Yeah.
Yes. So
things.
you have to be
Ready?
the shung guy.
Yes.
Pony did it yesterday. You have to do it today. That's the Metro sound. That'll work. This is gross. This is disturbing.
Okay.
I have to lead with it. I watched this video. It's on the news. It's viral. It's weird. The Dalai Lama issued an apology after asking a young boy to suck his tongue.
Oh.
Yes, it was weird. It happened back in February, but video just went viral yesterday. It shows a little boy asking the Dalai Lama for a hug, which he gets. The Dalai Lama also tells the kid to kiss him on the cheek. Up until that point, it's relatively innocent. He then asks the boy for a kiss on the lips, and that happens. If that's not bad enough, he asks the kid to suck on his tongue, and the Dalai Lama sticks his tongue out. Luckily, that does not happen, although for a second, it looks like it might. It's disturbing. It just looks odd. Dalai Lama.
What is this?
Give it a second. This will pay off. This is about the Dalai Lama, right?
A tribute to the Dalai Lama.
Hello, Dalai. This is Louis. Dalai.
The Dalai Lama
Nice to have you back where you belong.
laughs it off like it was a joke, but not everyone was amused, which is why he apologized. His office issued a statement saying, quote, His Holiness wishes to apologize to the boy and his family, as well as his many friends across the world, for the hurt his words may have caused. His Holiness often teases people he meets in an innocent and playful way, even in public and before cameras. He regrets the incident.
Yeah, he does tease people. When I met him, he said, "Hey, you're fat."
Yeah, he was kidding.
Yeah, he was just kidding.
I want, unless some other stories come out, I want to believe there's a one-off for the llama, right?
I said, "Hey,"
or the llama.
Llama.
Yeah.
Hey, llama.
Sticks his tongue out and said, "Hey, how about something for the effort?" I need a sound, Oscar, between stories. Russell Crowe's new movie, The Pope's Exorcist. By the way, second Russell Crowe story in 2 days.
Yeah.
They're promoting a movie.
Yes, they are.
Rob Spiewak, I would love your analysis at the end of this.
All right.
Tell me whether you think, legit or BS. Russell Crowe's new movie, The Pope's Exorcist, is based on the supposed true story of a priest who performed exorcisms for the Vatican. Unfortunately, that hasn't earned it the endorsement of the International Association of Exorcists. They've only seen the trailer and they're not impressed. They say the movie doesn't give a reliable picture of, quote, such a delicate and relevant topic. Instead, its purpose is to arouse strong and unhealthy emotions, such as anxiety, restlessness, and fear. Pretty much words you'd use to sell tickets to a horror movie.
Exactly.
They also think this movie will, quote, instill the conviction that exorcism is an abnormal, monstrous, and frightening phenomenon.
Wow, cleverly
which is the
written.
exact opposite of what occurs in the context of an exorcism. Is this group, the International Association of Exorcists, is this created in a studio room?
First of all, I don't know if I'll see the movie because Arlington Catholic Herald hasn't told me whether or not I can see it or not.
Exactly.
Because I always look for my movie listings there. But that was obviously created in a boardroom at Paramount. There is no association of exorcists. And they've, thank you. I guess I'm done.
I don't know what to hit it.
Well, was that meaning you were tired? You're all right. Here's the rule.
Yes.
In the middle of the story or not.
Yes.
You're allowed to make the sound when you think it's time to move on.
I thought he was ramping down. That's what I was.
That's okay, but you're allowed to do that.
My apologies.
Even if you don't like a story, you can bail out.
I like
It's
that.
a
lot of power.
I'm into the AOC. Or was it IAC? Not AOC. Geez.
What's that?
IAC International
Association of Catholics?
Oh, no, of exorcists.
Well, that would be E.
Oh, disregard.
I don't like exercise.
No, that would be IOE.
Yeah.
IAE.
You down with A? Well, you down with IAE?
OPP.
You know me.
I need a sound again, too. Thank you. I know nothing is forever, but this just feels, I don't know, evil. And I agree it does.
Yeah.
By the way, done all the time down here. I hate it. I hate it. Betty White's home in Brentwood has been demolished. Betty had lived there since the 1960s. It was a pretty house.
Yeah.
A really kind of old school colonial style house in the middle of Brentwood, which is unusual. But after she died in 2021, it was purchased by a dentist and his wife for a little more than $10 million. You want to know what's wrong with healthcare in the United States? A dentist buying a house for $10 million.
$10 million, yeah.
They obviously wanted to start off from the ground up. No, I don't like that. Let's tear it all down.
You know what's sad, Mike, is Alan Ludden was still in the building.
Yes, Betty had him buried in the wall.
He was standing up. He was on display.
Betty's home was pretty modest as far as celeb cribs go. 3,000 square feet with 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and a pool.
And a dungeon.
They blow them up down here all the time.
Yeah.
I always think for some reason it makes me just it makes me feel weird because
I don't
all
care
the
for
craftsmanship, all the effort that went into some of these custom homes, and they come in and go.
And now we'll never truly know what Betty White's residence smelled like.
Okay,
gross.
All right. You're disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Time to move on.
Boop boop. A little late.
Public phone charging stations are very popular. If they were politicians, they'd be elected in a landslide. People love them, especially like in airports, places like this. But like politicians, they can apparently be corrupted.
Oh, no.
Oh, good analogy.
The FBI issued a warning against using public charging stations in places like airports, hotels, shopping centers. They say that the bad guys have figured out ways to use public USB ports to introduce malware and monitoring software into your device.
Oh.
So you could be unknowingly connecting your phone to bad stuff through the USB, which includes software that can give hackers access to your device. There's a simple workaround, though. Just bring your full charging cable with the brick. They aren't any issues. There aren't with charging through a plug. It's just when you stick your cable directly into a USB port. The FBI didn't specify any specific locations or cases. They're just calling it a general advice.
Pony, is this valid?
Yeah, definitely, especially if you have an older, unupdated device.
The ports are it's a scary situation. I can't wait till we go to the days of like the airport pillars are going to have some sort of emitting energy that just charges your device.
Yeah,
just like we do with the wireless.
Third eye after.
Why is my son glowing?
Yes. Time to move on again.
Boop, boop.
Walmart is pulling a T-shirt. Walmart is pulling a T-shirt from racks in Canada after someone realized there's a hidden swear word in it.
Oh.
Earth Day is coming up on April 22nd, so they've been selling a T-shirt for Earth Day that says recycle, reuse, renew, rethink. The problem is the first 2 letters, R and E, are in one font, and the words cycle, use, new, and think are aligned vertically in a different font. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Cycle, think of first letters, people.
Yeah.
Cycle, use, new, think.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not okay.
I saw the picture of the T-shirt. If you think, just look at the first letter.
Yeah, in reverse, for those of you that are having a hard time tracking, it's Tanuk.
Yeah, use a pen and paper.
Yes.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So the shirts are being pulled from all Walmart stores across Canada. They apparently weren't available in the U.S. They're by a brand called George that's owned by Walmart. So it wasn't a random seller that they partnered with. They made the shirt themselves. but they claim it wasn't intentional. Well, that's okay. Anyone who still wants to get it. And they're going to... Rob, once again, I smell a rat. Do you think they're trying to sell...
No, I don't.
No, this is a problem.
But I do have a message for you, Mike, if you have just a moment.
Yes.
Thank you for celebrating Earth Day.
Earth Day, Woody Harrelson, back in the day. Anyone who still wants it can get it on Amazon. Last we checked, they had it in 10 different colors.
That's great.
Just a pro tip for all of you, if you really want to come to blows with my beautiful wife, Shannon, I found out, not directly, but indirectly, that word, that's the almighty no coming back from in a conversation word that never comes back.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know that firsthand.
I agree. It's,
yes.
What do you find that, Rob?
Carrie loves the word.
Time.
It's her pet name for me.
It's hard to laugh when you
now a
make
little
that
something.
noise.
If you're stealing something that requires assembly, it's probably a good idea to wait until you're away from the scene of the crime to put it together. But what if the thing you stole is your getaway vehicle? 28-year-old man in Florida was arrested last week after shoplifting a $540 Razor electric scooter from Target. Surveillance footage shows the man going into the Target around noon last Monday, putting the scooter in a cart and rolling it outside without paying for it. An employee saw it happen and called the police. When the cops showed up, the man was still on the sidewalk outside the store, assembling the scooter. Wow. Florida is fun. He didn't have a car, so he apparently wanted to put the scooter together and then make his getaway.
Sure.
The man was arrested for shoplifting and possession of drug paraphernalia. He reportedly told the police he was homeless and grabbed the scooter because he needed a way to get around. God bless him. Well, if he stole an electric e-bike, all he'd have to do is unfold it. It worked for Oscar when he stole his. So that's the way that worked all the time. We got to take a break.
Hi, it's the scooter.
Yes.
When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, big news for thirsty Floridians.
Ooh. Yes.
And later in the show, Oscar's Essie Easter. We'll do that when we come back. You are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa.
Whether you're a dusty shin cracker or an anchor cracker, this week's bonus show has something for you.
What's the strongest part of your body, you think, right now?
I got to be my mind.
Is there anything on your body that hasn't worn away yet?
I've got great nails.
You breathed on me when you were down here in the studio, and it sounded like a cat in a bucket of milk.
I would like to see the President of the United States. He's a rock star.
And teeth
Work on
are,
my phone.
they're not vegetables, they're fruits, right?
Snap your cap.
Take a chill pill, creeps.
Get on the gravy train and get a subscription to the TMOS bonus show. You'll go fuzz buttons over it. Get all the deets at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
You're a wonderful dancer.
That one gets me every time. The last thing you need in your life is another annoying decision to make in a sea of too many options. It can be hard to find high-quality razors that you can depend on. Well, we've been using Harry's, and we've been telling you about Harry's for a very long time because we love them. They make it easy. They consistently give you better razors than in-store options and at the best price. Harry's razors are refilled when you need them, and they are delivered straight to your door. So you can choose Harry's once, and they will take care of the rest. We all use Harry's because we all love Harry's. You know, I changed my razor last week, and I just guess because it's so sharp all the time.
You never need to.
You get a quality shave without the hassle and $3 Harry's trial set. It includes a 5-blade German-engineered razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel, a travel cover. Plus, you can schedule replacement blade delivery whenever you need it with refills as low as $10. $2.
Two.
Per razor. They're still offering a no-risk trial. Don't like your shave? No worries. They don't have to worry about that. They know how good they are. Save the hassle, set up your delivery, and get the best quality shave with Harry's. Get a $13 starter set for just $3 at harrys.com/TMOS. That's harrys.com/TMOS for a $3 starter set. We love you, Harry's. We love you, Harry's. All right. Yeah, way to go. All right. I have down here something that Rob brought to the table today. Big news for thirsty Floridians. I'm a thirsty Floridian.
Mike, do you still take most of your news from WJXT?
I am a subscriber.
Yes.
I pay the money for it.
And I know we give Florida a hard time, and they're in good company here because they are right up at the top of the list with Illinois, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Texas. Do you care to guess where Florida is number one in that group of states?
Let me see. What the category is?
Yeah, I'll give you a hint. It's a health crisis, Mike.
Oh, may I guess?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I think we know.
Diabetes?
No.
Smoking?
No, Mike. Florida currently has more than 1.1 million.
Want to give that number again?
1.1 million lead pipes carrying water into homes. Floridians have the most exposure in the United States to lead in the water, and it can cause brain damage and learning disabilities.
This is not good news.
It all makes sense, though.
The timing's perfect. So true.
I think in terms of the part of Florida that I live in where, so many homes have been built since the 1990s.
Yeah.
When
the
was
1980s.
Yeah, let me look at when lead was
50s and 60s.
Lead was out,
wasn't it?
Mike, there are right now, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, 9.2 million lead pipes in the United States still in use, and Florida has 1.16 million of them.
I remember Shannon.
You have 1/9 of the lead pipes in the United States.
Do they give any detail onto the areas where this
86,
is found?
Mike. 86.
86
they
is when
stopped
they.
in
Yeah, it
86.
says new lead pipes were banned at the federal level in 86.
Wow.
Well, if they were banned
I
at the
thought-
federal level in 86, that means Florida would have stopped them 10 to 15 years later.
That's right. Well, they just put the last one in last week.
Wow.
My-
That's amazing.
This is top of mind because last year we had to split it with our neighbor roughly $3,000, so $1,500 a piece, to pay the city to change out the lead pipes that were leading into our household.
Right.
And it was the big dig in front of our house. And what I thought it was fascinating is that we already pay taxes. And I'm not trying to be that guy but we already paid. Why did we have to pay another $3,000?
Well, I'll tell you
to
why.
get that fixed.
Right now,
shouldn't have to.
Florida is looking into getting those pipes replaced. And over the next 2 decades, Mike, they only need to allocate $625 billion with a B to get rid of all the pipes in your state.
You know, the thing, though, is I grew up in a house with lead pipes, and I don't think that it was,
Mike,
I don't.
How many chips does it take before it affects you?
It tastes delicious.
Well, when I was a kid, my mom would let me, put my fingernails on the wall and chip. And it was a fun activity.
And when it got cold, because you were in the northern part of the state, didn't you have that asbestos sweater?
Yeah, it was wonderful. Yeah. It's the warmest sweater I've ever had. It was a parka, Rob.
Oh, forgive me, I got the details.
No, I mean it's horrible. It can, look. What I like to do when I was a kid. We would at the O'Mara household.
Yeah.
We would get our big glasses full of tap water. I would play in my room with the paint chipping off the walls. And then we'd go down to the back porch to have a wonderful meal of mercury-laden swordfish.
It was the only fish you could eat in the dark.
It was a shore town.
Yeah.
Florida.
Now, I grew up in a house with well water, but we didn't have lead pipes, but we had our own well, so we didn't have any
but your
fluoride
house was right in back of the plant.
It was right, well, Mike, so we could walk to work.
Right. Daddy, I found another dead cow.
We were making paint at the plant.
Right.
Did you have fluoride in that water?
No. When I had kids, we actually...
Wasn't that Todd's big thing, the fluoride?
I got to tell you that Todd was right. The best water
What was he saying about
the best
fluoride?
water I ever had.
Where?
Was at Todd Moore's house when he boiled it down
and got the fluoride out
and got all those impurities out. And I was like, this is what water should taste like. Ever since then, every time I take a glass,
he boiled his water?
He would boil his water.
It was his only recipe, Mike.
But he had a special contraption, looked like something from the Manhattan Project.
Yeah, it was a distillation system.
He'd boil his water down, he'd pour it into his QAnon cup, and he'd drink it.
Yeah, and that's where it would land. No, for me...
I have to finish this by the 6th.
I remember I wanted to hate on him for it, but the water was so good.
Well, the thing is about well water, we had no fluoride. When I had kids, we actually had to have bottled water brought in with fluoride because all my family
Yeah.
has had so many cavities growing up.
This all now makes sense.
But the water that we got out of the ground.
Why weren't you drinking it?
Did you miss a few fluoride cups?
Back then, I didn't have cavities. This is unfluoridated water, baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
All right.
when we would get water out of the ground, it was not only ice cold because the well was, I think, 96 feet deep. So the water would come out ice cold, wouldn't have to chill it.
That's a shallow well.
Yeah, and it had great minerals in it, and it made the best coffee in the world. It tasted like water you would buy,
Also,
bottled water.
That mix of the tears of baby Jessica.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Oh, God, that's a fall down the well joke. That's monstrous.
You okay, Jess?
That is absolutely monstrous.
You okay?
I don't know why I'm using the Carol Ann
It
and the
makes sense,
Exorcist.
though. No, and that's Poltergeist.
It's
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
That's
sorry.
right. That
does sound like
a well. Sometimes we'd pull up, she'd come up in the bucket. And I'd say, you don't belong up
They
here.
saved that baby, if I'm not mistaken.
They did.
How much water do you want today?
Just enough for a pot of coffee. And if you're good, we'll send down a Triscuit.
Yeah. By the way, my refrigerator's giving me the replace filter sign.
Yes, got to do it.
My refrigerator does order filter now.
Yeah.
And then replace filter. And we've had the replace filter and I do detect a different taste.
You need to do it.
Okay.
And also be aware that when
You
you
should,
undo
especially after hearing this.
Yeah, Mike, the water is going to spill everywhere when you undo the filter. It's the worst.
I don't believe in any of that. I think you can just pour it right into a glass out of the tap, and I think you can be fine with it. I don't think it's problematic.
So, congratulations, Florida.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Get a zero water filter.
Yes.
They're on Amazon. Enjoy.
Yeah, we got to take a break. When we come back,
Walmart, Target. I'm an
Oscar,
idiot. Yes.
Oscar, can you talk about the 3 shows that we want back
Yes,
from
yes,
the
that'll be fun.
good.
Yeah, don't worry about my Easter. I'm good.
We will take a break and come back with more fun and more thrills, and I will be getting that filter today. Right after my haircut, and before I buy my dress.
People all over are talking about a new way of pampering themselves.
The Brazilian. I thought it had something to do with beekeeping.
Introducing a new you, feeling young and vibrant.
Dirk-a-glow. Why can I not get the name Dirk out of my head?
Hey, ladies, let's get you looking
nice.
radiant.
Here's an unsolicited testimonial about Dirk-a-glow.
Ladies, let me give you the truth. That Dirk Glow will mess you up.
Well, it ain't for everyone. If you really want to pamper yourself, check out the real thing. Check out Derm Glow Skin to see what Carla can do for you.
She is a pure artist in her field. Oh, by the way, men need not apply.
Oh, for products or consultation, visit dermglowskin.com today.
And by the way, hi, Carla.
Hey. There's no better way to get outside and enjoy the spring season than with, we're talking about them before.
Yeah.
Electric e-bike. Experience the freedom of the great outdoors with fun, fast, and foldable electric e-bikes. I love electric e-bikes. You will too. They're so cool. They have their Ready, Set Spring sale going on. From quick store trips to outdoor adventures, electric e-bikes are a mode of transportation that anyone can ride. How long you been riding your electric e-bike, Oscar?
A little over a year now.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
I love it.
My models are financed as low as $73 a month. It won't cost you a fortune. They include a powerful removable battery, a bright LCD display, 7-speed gearing, and does it shift as you're going along? Does it go?
You don't even feel it.
You don't feel it.
You're literally riding on an iPhone.
Yeah, and you know what you need to mention? If you are in a city-dwelling type area,
so cool.
$73 a month is about 1/5 of what you'd pay in parking
monthly.
in a month.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you've got parking deals, you got to get one of these.
It's amazing.
So you took it up when you were. You've taken it up the hill on M, right? You've done
all
that
day.
before.
Yeah.
All day.
They have 5 levels of pedal assist
Yeah.
to power your ride.
You don't. Let me be clear. You don't even have to pedal if you don't want to. I do not pedal.
Okay.
I don't want to sweat.
That's awesome. You can lower your gas costs. You can reduce your carbon footprint. You can be a good guy like Oscar. He's all over town, and he loves it, plus no parking fees, as Rob mentioned. Start your next adventure with electric e-bikes. Ready, Set, Spring Sale. Visit electricebikes.com to learn more and explore the new Expedition Cargo e-bike. and all of the other epic models. That's LECTRIC ebikes.com. All right, we were going to talk about Succession, but I have purposely avoided that subject.
You have to run.
Need to watch it today.
Right after the show.
I will watch
People
it.
will
I
mess
will
it
watch
up
it
for you.
sometime this evening. I promise you, I will watch it. And I wasn't watching it because there was a television program called. I wrote it down. Hold on. The Murders at White House Farm. That's on HBO. It's a British show. Fantastic. Mark Addy. He's in it, the big round roly-poly guy.
He used to have a sitcom. I had a thing for him for a while. I thought
terrific.
it was funny.
He is great. The show is credible. I love it. Watch that. But you were mentioning the top 3 shows we want back from the 90s.
Yes.
Now, it's interesting if you go... I was thinking just the other day before I came in here how the art form of sitcoms has passed me by totally. I do not...
And you've actually starred in a sitcom. You've been on one.
Not starred, but I mean, the whole sitcom genre... Yeah,
even the last 2 real powerful ones I think would be Modern Family and The Office, and they're not traditional sitcoms. They're not with a live studio audience. They're a 3-camera shoot and on film.
I'll find myself perusing on if I find them on Saturday. Maybe this is a good tell. They're not that great anymore. But on the big networks, they'll still have a handful of them.
Yeah, I hear Abbott Elementary is good. I still watch
Abbott's
the
great.
Goldbergs because I watched that all along. But
Even
it's
with
gotten
that
really
disgusting human being?
Who, the mother?
No, your buddy.
I know.
The guy you like so much.
Jeff Garland. Yeah, he's gone, Mike. They killed off his character.
Okay.
Off.
But I mean, I watched that show all along. It got bad when George Segal left, and they replaced him with Judd Hirsch. Not a good move. But I'm invested many seasons with it, so I still watch it.
You got to finish it off.
Yeah.
And look, this is I don't know these shows. I felt so old.
Okay, what are the shows?
Have you heard of Goosebumps?
Yeah.
That's a kid's show, right?
Kid's show, a scary kid's show.
But they want
Nickelodeon,
that's like
right?
a go-to comeback.
Mm-hmm.
I knew about it, but I knew it was a movie, not a TV show. Matt,
did you think
slightly
it would have to
younger
be?
than us.
So these were books. R.L. Stein originally, and then they made a show. I believe it was on Fox.
95 to 98 it was on.
Yeah. Goosebumps was all right. I was a big fan of Are You Afraid of the Dark? That was my favorite as a kid.
So you'd have to be a little kid in the 90s.
In the 90s,
yeah. Like that. Well, so ask Charlie Burney what he thought of it.
Okay. Charlie Burney. Right in. Do you... Well, Marco, do you know this is... Marco's back there today, our intern from AU. Do you know Goosebumps? You probably don't even know what that is because you're too young. Right? No chance?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Goosebumps. Do you know the show Goosebumps? Do you know the movie or the show? Do you know there's a movie or a television show from the 90s?
I know the books, and then I know a couple years ago they made a movie with Jack Black, I think it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Jack Black, who's made he's in the Mario movie too.
Yes.
And,
that was fantastic, by the way.
Oh, did you see Mario?
It was excellent.
I didn't realize you loved cinema.
I knew Rob was going to be lower on the Mario movie than everyone else.
Did you go with a bunch of your classmates to see that?
Yeah, we got, I think, 8 tickets. We did 4 and 4. It was excellent. Everyone loved it.
Oh, man, you took the whole Dead Poets Society.
All his bro staffs from rugby.
And I love the fact that he's using that AU education. 4 and 4 is 8.
Michael William, he had Easter Monday off, and he went to his buddy Taylor's birthday party, and there were some cool pictures of all these young guys in a row. And it's kids. I love it. Yeah. And they were enjoying it, and he said it was fantastic. My kid raved about it. He's 9. You are double that age, and you liked it too, right?
I probably liked it more than he did. Yeah.
Oh, all right, good. And is Jack Black's character that he voices, is he fantastic?
That's the best part of the movie. He has this song number where he's playing the piano.
Well, he sings to Peaches, right?
Peaches.
Yeah.
He's releasing.
It sounds like Rob saw it, huh?
No,
Do you have that, Rob? Do you have Peaches?
I had it yesterday. I'm checking to see if it's still hanging around in the vault.
Peaches! It was so good.
We can get into it.
So very good.
I want to see it.
All right, so besides Goosebumps.
Okay, let's give the headset back to Pony, if you don't mind. So, Freaks and Geeks.
That was a great show.
Freaks and Geeks.
What was that about?
That was... it was kids in high school, and I believe in the 70s or maybe early 80s.
Coming of age, 1999.
But I'm talking about when it was set.
Yes, in the 80s. Yes,
and it had an amazing cast. It had Seth Rogen. It had just a lot of people.
James Franco, Jason Segel.
You're a freak or a geek.
Martin Starr.
Yeah,
Busy Phillips. Yeah,
and even and the father
Bijou.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it had a great cast.
Did you say Busy
I'm
Phillips?
An idiot. I am. I just was reading off of this like
Busy Phillips.
Busy Phillips. But it was
Lizzie Kaplan
had a hard time finding its audience, and I think it only ran 13 episodes.
Yeah, it was one season. I couldn't believe it's still on here. It's crazy.
But it's very good.
If we worked harder, maybe it would have been a better show.
And Linda Cardellini, who is very appealing.
Thank you.
All right, what's number 3?
And this, I don't know this show. Gargoyles. It was an animated series.
These are all kids shows.
Yeah, but this is who they want to make. Everything's becoming new, right? The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is on Peacock, which is now
reimagined,
an adult series.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Mike, here you go.
Listen to this, Oscar.
Peaches, 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 I love you. Oh, Mario, Luigi, and a Donkey Kong too. 1,000 troops of Koopas couldn't keep me from you. Princess Peach at the end of the line.
So good.
I'll make you mine. Oh, peaches, 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 peaches.
A true, like a good song. I could hear it on the radio.
Yeah. I could too. Yeah, that's what makes it fantastic. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gargoyle is just as a capper, 94 to 97. These aren't shows I know of. I knew Freaks and Geeks because it was critically acclaimed,
tangentially,
right?
Yes.
But I didn't know any of the others. I was like, man. But for my childhood, the only thing I would think of is the Monchichis for cartoons.
There's one whole network that went away after the 90s that I'd like to bring back.
Which one?
American Triple Ecstasy.
That's a great one, Mike.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, Oscar, back in the day, you had to have a big, giant satellite dish. And it would be like way up in the top channels. And man, oh man, anything you want.
And it's not like it was taped on VHS and passed around high schools. I know that.
We'll be right back with the flip side.
It's the social event of 2023. TMOS Live in the Big Easy
at the House of Blues. That's coming up on April 15th.
You've made all the plans to get there. Now find out what there is to do.
We're going to be hanging out with people and having a fantastic time.
P-A-R-T. Why? Because I got it.
And if you're looking for things to do, check out the TMOS Live in the Big Easy page on Facebook.
How delightful.
See and be seen with some of your favorite P1s.
Dan O'Brien is coming. O'Brien.
Find out where Steve Kelsey will be passing out loofahs.
You know, your basic high school orgy type of thing.
And make your reservation for the seance in Rick Schofield's room.
When me and the spirit get together, we like to party all night.
The TMOS Live in the Big Easy page on Facebook. Your one-stop shop to plan for a weekend you'll never forget.
We're as excited as you all are. It's going to be great. KiwiCo is defining the future of play by making it engaging, enriching, and seriously fun. They create super cool, hands-on projects designed to create a lifelong love for learning among kids. Each month, KiwiCo delivers crates packed with fun and sparks creativity with kid-friendly topics and activities. From engineering to robots, it's engineering robots, rather, to learning about the science of cooking. There are interesting topics for every kid and real hands-on skills to explore. Discover subscription lines for infants and preschoolers all the way up to teens and beyond. The moment of pride and accomplishment at the end of a KiwiCo project sparks creative confidence for ongoing experimentation. KiwiCo does the legwork for you so you can spend quality time tackling projects together. Plus, there's no commitment. Pause or cancel any time. Redefine learning with play. Explore hands-on projects that build creative confidence and problem-solving skills with KiwiCo. Get 50% off your first month plus free shipping on any crate line at kiwico.com/TMOS. That's 50% off your first month at KIWICO.com/TMOS.
Hello. Upside down. Roll over.
The flip side. So Metallica is coming out with a new album or CD.
I did not know
and
that.
It's called, I think, 72 Seasons is the name of it. And as part of a promotional gimmick, they are sending sheet music of their classic Metallica songs to marching bands in high schools.
Oh, cool.
So they can perform Metallica songs as
Yes.
marching, and then there's going to be a prize for the best one. However, I'm not so sure they'll ever be able to top, and this is a little bit of a throwback, but I'd like to play this when I can. The La Plata High School Marching Band was one time featured on the local show It's Academic. Mike, I'll let you choose. Would you like to hear a Motown classic, something from the top 40, or classic rock?
I think you have to go with Motown.
All right.
Absolutely.
Here's the La Plata High School Marching Band doing the Jackson 5.
Can I hear another one?
Yes, of course.
Can I hear classic rock?
Classic
now?
rock, Mike. I know you've played it a million times. Kansas. Better, yeah.
Which one of our friends is on It's Academic?
Oh, it was Lena. She's a cheerleader.
And I got to hear the third one. I got to hear top 40.
All right, well, Mike, this is classic top 40. You remember the band Europe. This is the final countdown. Shout out to La Plata, Maryland.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great.
Poor kids. They probably thought they're killing.
I'm sure it sounded better in person.
But you know what? Some of these bands can't even play the basic stuff well.
You're right. You're right.
But can I hear Motown one more time, please?
Yes.
That's the one I want to hear.
Sure, this is the Jackson 5.
I don't know why this amuses me so much, but it does.
I do. It amuses me for the same reason. I like how they've mic'd the drums.
The tubas and trombones are problematic, I think.
Well, I don't.
Is that all trombones or is it tubas? Do you think?
I don't think there was a tuba.
I mean, there's a kid that's on one lower horn that's just missing every effing note.
We know.
Okay.
Trumpet's on point, though.
Yeah, it is. The trumpet player's the best one in the band. Okay, that's enough. It's painful.
All right, shout out to La Plata. Mike, I know you are a Red Sox fan. Tied in the
weird
wool.
show.
It is a really weird show.
I could do a whole show listening to bad bands.
I know. I love it,
and Rob
too.
has like everyone ever recorded.
I do love them. You're a Red Sox fan, dyed in the wool. Do you have any favorite Florida ball teams?
No.
Because the Tampa Bay Rays are on the verge of breaking a record.
They were 8-0. Are they more now? Are they 9-0 now?
As of last night, 10-0.
10-0.
Swung on. High drive. Deep to right center. That baby is gone. Home run from Brandon Lau. And now he gives the Rays the lead.
Now the MLB record
Hold on
is...
just a second, Rob. I've gotten a call from Mrs. O'Mara. We're still recording, darling. Why? Because the show got started late.
10:43.
Yeah.
I was here.
That's. Who's in charge of the show? I am, and I was late.
Oh, well then that's okay.
Thank you. All right, I appreciate that. Did you need anything? What?
No, I'm just waiting to go to New Orleans.
Oh, she just loves you.
What, are you leaving as soon as the show's over?
Yeah, she's excited.
She'll be leaving early.
Good. I think that's
She's
nice.
meeting a D. Vastrick at a Holiday Inn down there.
She's already at the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a
Very
sign.
excited. By the way, put up on your social, people. Put New Orleans up there,
yeah.
okay?
Post
Please.
all along.
Carl, I got to run. I love you. What?
Oh, she's so sweet.
Thank you, sweetheart. Love you. Bye.
Just waiting to go to New Orleans.
Right?
Why are you
Right,
still on
Oscar?
the air?
Yeah.
Is
We're
it
doing-
COVID?
we're doing the show.
A few posts with people.
Yeah.
You know, come on.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
folks.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, what? You know, I
We're gonna chronicle the show.
There's only a few moments left. We are in the final countdown.
Thanks for pulling me out of that, Rob. Okay, great.
All right. Let's close with we got a couple more here. Christina Aguilera, who's been part of the scene for quite some time, still a handsome woman, but she made an interesting choice when she went and got her nails done right before an appearance on an interview. She said they might be lips on her nails that were painted on the manicure.
I'm staring at your nails.
Oh, yes.
What's happening?
They're so fun. You know, they're open to interpretation.
Is that a vagina?
It could be a vagina. It could be lips. And then there's an actual mouth and tongue on the thumbs.
This could be more appropriate for a Call Her Daddy episode.
So yeah, they were all beautiful.
She's
piece of
a
artwork.
Naughty lady.
She really is.
We need more naughty. We need more naughty in the world.
Bet you the
We really
llama's
do.
into that one.
Yeah. You know what?
Hey, llama.
Hey, llama. How about
Come on over.
Yeah, the Dalai Lama comes full circle, doesn't it? Have to suck on my tongue. Hey, but you know what? Don't we need more naughty and less bad?
Yes.
Right?
I agree.
Not real bad people doing horrible things. We need more naughty, playful naughty.
Exactly. And let's close with this, Mike. In Michigan, a guy robbed Walmart and had the greatest escape plan. He was dressed as a Walmart employee.
One of the workers there said, hey, that guy doesn't work here. Troopers confronted him. One of them said, yep, that's our guy. He ran up to the front of the store where troopers were able to tackle him. Now, this is the first time we've had somebody go into a Walmart and try to disguise himself as a Walmart worker. And kudos to the person that got involved.
Actually, Mike, they were able to spot him as an interloper when they realized he was actually being found by people on the floor. So that's all I got.
He was helping people.
He was helping people, yeah.
That just outed him right away. If he'd done the usual, nobody would have even noticed.
He was asleep back in the bedding department.
Would have been easy. Just go in there and not pay attention to anybody and just sit there and go back and forth with socks in the sock rack.
Socks! They'll never find me.
And meanwhile, go up to the front of the store where there are 832 cashier stations with one open.
That's right.
Thank you very much. We got to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. Hey, NOLA coming up this week. We got one more show tomorrow, and then we are off to New Orleans, Louisiana. I want to make sure that you post it if you're coming down to visit us. We're excited. I really, really look forward to hearing about it from you guys. And I'm excited. We'll be seeing you this week. It's getting closer. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.